right. So, welcome in, and happy Wednesday. So, I am here today, and I was answering a few questions, a few questions before we hit record. So, but I'm here. And I'm good to talk with you, Miss Crystal, and definitely be safe on the road. Glad you'll be home within a week or so. I know we were talking about the cards that you have and like a few things that was hindering, or what you think was hindering. So with late payments, really, if it was over, like 2 years, because I know the software was like, hey, no late payments or whatever. But if it's anything that's over 24 months, then and you don't have anything, within 24 months, then banks tend to be lenient. It just depends on like if it was like a one time, or I'm not for sure if it was here, there, or how the pattern was. But if anything that's over 2 years, they do tend to be kind of lenient on that. I know we were talking about the wood fours where you had your direct deposit going there, and that you had 2K. So what I would do, because like Navy Federal has the internal points and stuff like that. So if they would offer it to your husband, like that would be great, because you really need to know how many credit cards that they do have, because we need to get past the two 5K thresholds, if that makes
Right,
sense.
right,
Right.
yeah,
Um,
right.
so and so perhaps I know like with Chase, a lot of people were doing like the travel cards, and then they were applying for the ink and the sapphire, but then they were kind of with Chase, you can kind of merge some cards, if that makes sense.
Right,
Um,
yeah.
so they was merging the amounts from the travel cards, because the travel cards that they were given more money for the travel cards and stuff like that. So that's what when I was looking last night to see kind of what was going on, because I don't necessarily, do funding like that, but
Right.
we did have a questions last night with Trey, and I was trying to look for some stuff to kind of help him out
Right,
as
right,
well.
right.
So,
Okay.
but I will say, with the late payment, anytime you're doing anything with disputes, you want to make sure that with the personal information, you talk about, make sure that you clean up personal information. So, with the late payment, you want to know what address is reporting as, and to see if that's the same address that you all still use. You may not even be at that
We
address
don't,
anymore.
we
Right.
don't, we're not at that address no more.
Okay, so make sure when you talking to the credit bureaus and you're cleaning up addresses, that's the thing. You want to take those addresses
Yeah,
off of anything. Like
yeah.
and so hopefully you've done that already.
I have. I've called and got the addresses took off, and then on mine I've took off names and addresses.
Okay, that's good. So you're headed in the right direction and stuff like that. And so I definitely would try to see, since you already have a relationship, because you want to make sure where your direct deposit is going, that it's going to help you. Like everybody talks about Navy Federal, right? So
Right,
you want to make sure that that bank, and I know you may be comfortable with the bank, but like, just say you take on something new and you want that money going to another account. Because some people do have four accounts. They have stuff for
right,
operations, they have for taxes, they have, like four different accounts and stuff like that. So you just want to make sure that you're using a bank that can help you, not that, you feel comfortable with that bank because you've
right,
been there
right,
forever and a day.
right. See that, like, we got two accounts at Chase, and then we
Mm-hmm.
got two accounts at Wood Forest, which he's been at Wood Forest for years and years. But then
Okay.
also, he we have an account up at another bank. It's a big bank, but it's like his mother had put something up for him, and then she had ended up getting sick and passed away. But
Right.
as a kid, they know him because she took him in there when he was old enough to even open an account and
Okay.
taught. So that bank is familiar with family and all that.
Okay. So yeah, so with those Chase, if y'all have money going into it,
We do.
definitely definitely want to build a relationship and to see if you can open up business because you guys have the revenue to open up a
We do.
business accounts with Chase and stuff like that. So when next time that you're in the area, if you can go into a Chase branch, just to talk to them and to see if they have a bank relationship manager, because if you're doing high numbers, you don't want to talk to an average clerk. You want to talk to the bank relationship manager to see
Right,
how they can
right.
help
Yeah.
you get those higher numbers.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem, no problem. But we are here for you. We want to make sure that, when you're using the system, like when you have any questions, that you reach out to us to support. You look at the recordings that we have, and then that also that you are attending our classes and stuff, because we want to make sure that you're taking care of, that late payment and stuff. So,
Okay.
what about credit mix? Do you have credit mix? Like how many accounts total do you think that you all have? Like revolving
Uh, my hu-
and installment.
my husband's got one, two, three. And then he's got about 7 credit cards, but they're all like the credit card and stuff is all paid down, like just leaving like $25 on them just so that they'll stay open.
Okay. You seem to be very responsible, so that's amazing. So let me go like you're in the paid in full community?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let me see here. Let me share my screen. Number two. Du-du-du-du-du. All right. So, because we talk all the time about credit mix, so we just want to make sure that you have, you know, 5 to 8 accounts, or 10 to 11 is great, right? So when
Right.
we're talking about credit mix, we want to make sure that you have, and which you may have already. Um, Trying to see here. Okay. That it talks about the credit cards, the retail cards, the home equity loans, the personal lines of credit for revolving installment, that you have the mortgage loans, the autos loan, the personal loan. And you hear a lot of people talk about the pledge loans, right? And
Right.
student loans. So you have to make sure you have a mixture, because that's what the banks wants to see. They don't want to see, just all cards, right? So just
Right.
make sure that you have a mixture of all of these things when you're building your 5 to 8 or your 10 to 11 accounts. And so
Okay.
we have another one. Let me see if we have it here. Um, Someone put on there the other day. So credit boosters, because some people want to have credit boosters on there, and they want to have authorized users and stuff like that. But here's another one here. If you type it in, it talks about, the bank cards, the credit unions, the department stores, the retail, and the gas, right? So when we're
Right.
talking about like the primary cards, so make sure that you're looking at that, because that's super, super important with the
Okay.
credit mix and stuff like
Okay.
that.
I'll go back and look at that tonight.
Mhm. Yeah, and then compare it. Because it's on when you go to the score machine, and if you go to credit war, it's two areas, but if you go to credit war, let me take you there. Hold on. I'm gonna go to
Yeah, I seen
um
credit ward right there at the top. Yeah, I've seen it
yeah,
when I was playing around with the machine. Yeah.
yeah. And if you go there, and scroll down, it'll show you the revolving cards, and that's what you want to make sure. But then also for the installment. So just compare those two, and make sure that you have a healthy, because it'll let you know. I think it'll say excellent if you're looking at your report for credit mix and stuff, because you want to max that out.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions at all?
Okay. No,
Do you have
ma'am.
any
That's
more
it.
questions? No. Okay. Well, let me know.
No, ma'am.
What's today? I won't be on tomorrow. Coach V, she'll be on tomorrow. Her style is a little different than mine, so we do ask. I kind of switched with her, so she's on Mondays and Thursdays now.
Okay.
But I will say, we have two different styles. I want to make sure that you're well rounded. And if you have any questions, and if I don't know it at the moment, that we can get back to you to help you with. But talking to you, you've already cleaned up the addresses. You're going to check on your credit mix. You're going to make sure that, that you can
Yeah.
get those 5K, those 5K or more cards
Right.
and stuff. So especially if the person say that they can get you to 10K, like I would ask them, how many cards they have that goes up to 10K or whatever, or that
Right.
goes to 10 and 5K to get two of those. So
Okay.
because they may be able to increase the one that you have and then to give you another one.
Okay.
And that'll
All
put you
right.
in a game for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. Well, you be safe, you and your husband on the road, and great always talking with you. And we will see you on tomorrow's call.
Okay. All right.
Yes, ma'am. You have a good night.
You too.
Okay. Bye bye.